Hi guys, I'm PUTSY and these are some of my favorite things from the first quarter of 2021. So I originally kind of want to make favorite videos every single month, but I thought these days I don't really have a lot of things to do. I mean, in this day and age, 3 months feels like a month feels like 5 years. So I was just thinking maybe it's going to be better if I do it quarterly. So it's some of my favorite things from January to March, and let's just get into it. So the first one is this ColourPop Just a Tint Lip Crayon, specifically in Z Boys. I've been in love with this thing for quite some time now. I'm just in love with lipsticks in general, but after 2020 I feel like it feels kind of redundant to wear lipsticks every single time I go out. What's the point really, because I need to wear a mask anyway, but I have a very naturally dark lip. I feel like I need to always have some sort of color in my lips, just in case maybe I need to take off my mask to eat or drink or something. I love using this because it gives a really nice flush natural color to your lip. It feels very light and super creamy and moisturizing. It looks like your lips but better, and I love the fact that even though it's quite sheer, it really gives a nice color and masks the natural dark color of my lips. It has a very natural kind of glossy finish, and it won't stain your mask as much as cream bullet lipstick or something. I mean, I can use a super matte liquid lipstick, but sometimes I just want something very easy to apply and very natural. Then this is the perfect solution for that. So I've never been a really huge fan of blush before, but for some reason this past year I much prefer blush than bronzer, which is kind of weird for me, specifically cream blushes, and I found a really great one from the drugstore, Flower Beauty Blush Balm in Melon. I really like the color. It looks good for medium skin tone, have a very nice warm tone to it. It applies beautifully, blends really nicely and looks natural on the skin. Looks like you're flushed from within. A really great dupe for the Glossier Cloud Paints. I'm also the type of person who doesn't wear a lot of foundation every single day, just a light concealer and powder. Sometimes powder blushes can look a little bit heavy without foundation, so this is like a perfect solution for daily uses, and you don't feel guilty to use this every single day because this is super affordable. Next is this Essence Make Me Brow Gel Mascara. Every time I go out, most of the time I just want to apply like a natural no makeup look, and this is perfect for that. Very quick and easy to use, but still filled in your brow really nicely. It's not going to look like superstar full on brow situation, but if you just have a very few spots that you need to fill in, it also stays on quite nicely on your brow. And again, super affordable. So music, I honestly haven't listened to a lot of music other than Taylor Swift's Evermore album. It came out in the middle of December for her 31st birthday. It's like a sister album for Folklore. Folklore also is one of my favorite album, not only from her but in general. But since Evermore came out, I've been listening to Evermore from start to finish a lot, like non-stop almost every single day, and I haven't listened to much of anything else. I don't know if I love Evermore or Folklore more. It's similar but also gives a very different feeling. There are a lot of sad songs in it. The production in it is not as cohesive as Folklore, a little bit more experimental and more pop than Folklore, but the one thing that makes this album really stands out, the writing in this album is on another level. It is exceptional, one of Taylor's best work. The storytelling, emotion that the song has, production, everything in it is perfection, and the more I listen to it, the more I fell in love with every single songs in this. I have a newfound obsession for ambient music these past 3 months, specifically Harry Potter ambient music. I found a lot of them here on YouTube. I'm going to link some of my favorite down below. I love Harry Potter, especially the movies, and the songs in that movies are just incredible, and every time I listen to it, it feels like home, very nostalgic, very warm, and just comfortable. Harry Potter ambient music is like the best thing ever. I love listening to it while I work and also specifically while I read. I have trouble with focus because my head, even now talking to you, I just have hundreds of things running through my head all at once, and for some reason this Harry Potter ambient music has its own way to center my attention, helps me focus, which is why I love them, especially while reading on your bed before you go to sleep. It's like a match made in heaven. Now, I mentioned reading, and reading is in general my newfound obsession in 2021. I always love reading, but I've never been the type of person who just like obsessed with reading and books in general. I never set any goals to like I have to read this many books or I have to read every single day. Like, I've never been that type of person. But going into 2021, I deliberately set an intention to read at least one book a month. Quite well actually these past 3 months, but I have one book in particular to thank for that, and it's The House of Earth and Blood in the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. I talked about this book I think a couple of times already here on my channel. Writing wise, this is not the most beautifully written book I've ever read, but I think Sarah J. Maas has her own way to make a book very lovable, make you feel some type of connection to the character. I personally haven't read any of her other books. I don't know if any of her other books are this good. I give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I would have loved to give this 5 out of 5, but I took a half star mainly because of the first part of the book. I have a hard time getting into the story. I spent like 2 or 3 weeks to finish the first half of the book, but the last part of the book is just incredible. The pacing is great, the storyline is amazing, there are a lot of twists and turns, the characters are quite intricate, and the very last part of the book, I just could not put it down. I was fully immersed into the story and this amazing world. Every single creature you can think of present in this book. The kind of slow burn romance in this are amazing, almost like from enemies to lover kind of trope, and I love that. And more importantly, this is the book that made me fall in love with book all over again. After I finished this book, I have this weird book hangover. Cannot move on from the story. Like, the story still lingers on my head, but at the same time it makes me really want to check out more books, more fantasy book series. I fully immersed myself into the booktube community. I spent hours and hours watching book reviews, book haul, reading vlogs, and all of that, and I found some amazing booktube channel, and in a lot of ways it's mainly thanks to this book. So even though maybe I will find a book that I like more than this one this year, this one will still be in my top 5 favorite read of the year, mainly because of the attachment that I already feel towards this book, because like I said, this book made me fall in love with reading, with books, and with the booktube community. I've always been the type of person who loves skinny jeans. I know it's not really on style anymore, but for some reason I still cannot move on from them, and I know it's not the most comfortable until I found this pants from Uniqlo, and this is like the first not skinny white pants I ever own. I never buy any white pants because I cannot trust myself enough with that. I know it will get dirty very quick, but for some reason these pants in particular just jumped out at me at the store. Bought them, wore them, and now I'm obsessed with it. It's so comfortable and it looks so cool. It kind of elevate your look 10 times better in my opinion. Maybe it's not. The fit is amazing, the color I like, the material is really nice. If I can find it somewhere online, I will link them down below, but if not, maybe you can find it somewhere in Uniqlo store near you. Just these type of pants in general, and who knew that white pants can look so amazing and cool with basically anything. I freaking love sneakers more than any type of shoes. These Adidas shoes in particular, this is so comfortable, and the best part of it is the height of the sole is perfect, especially for me. I'm 5'4", around 163 to 65 centimeters. In my country, I'm in like the medium to tall category, but I know in like US it's quite short. Every single help is very appreciative. The style of it is amazing. I love the silver accent. It's not just a boring simple black sneaker. sneakers, even though I love those kind of sneakers, but this gives a little bit of something, an oomph to your look. Next is the Anchor or Anchor, I don't know how to pronounce this brand, Anchor Soundcore Liberty True Wireless Headset. The original, the first version. I know there are the second version now. I freaking love this one. It's very affordable. Great dupe for the Apple AirPods. I cannot believe that it's that affordable just by looking at it and feel the build of it. It's not made out of those kind of cheap plasticky feeling. Even the packaging is amazing. The case of it is magnetic. The battery life of this is also incredible. The full battery of case itself can last for 50 hours of use maybe, but I usually only charge the case like once every 2 weeks. So I use this quite a lot every single day, like intensely. The sound itself, not the best thing of course, but for the price is quite amazing. Treble is there, the bass is quite nice, the vocal also quite clear. Overall, I'm very impressed with the quality of this thing. Diffuser and essential oils in general is like one of my newfound obsession. I've always been a candle type of girl, but I just really want to get into essential oils and diffuser world. It smells amazing, it's quite relaxing, and I can turn it on every time I want, even with the AC on. If you think about it, it's actually cheaper than candles, way safer, and it has a lot of benefits in it. I specifically in love with peppermint. It's refreshing, helps you focus. It's also good if you have cold, also still very calming. I now actually have two diffuser machine thing. The one is that one back there, but that's actually just a lamp with an extra diffuser function. The diffuser in it is not very good. The mist that came out of it is quite watery. You can actually see specks of water came out of it, and after a few hours, the surrounding area of that lamp will just be damp. Every time I refill the water, it will act up a little bit, just don't want to function properly and just quite a hassle. So I decided to only use that for a lamp, and I have another one up here, have very fine mist, way better quality, but that also has an LED lamp in it, a lot of different colors. Now foam roller is something that I've seen a lot on YouTube. A lot of people said great things about it, especially if you work on your computer a lot. Sometimes your back hurts, but for some reason I was a little bit skeptical about it. I'm intrigued, but never really want to buy one until I followed Sydney Cummings workout challenge on February, and in one of the stretching videos she used a foam roller, which makes me even more intrigued because it's a professional who said this great thing. So I decided to buy one, and oh my god, it's actually amazing. If you have sore tight muscle, just try one and you'll see what I mean. I haven't used it that extensively, currently having some sort of problems on my neck. I put a muscle in it, which is just very clumsy of me, and it's like the second time I have some sort of pain and injury around my neck and shoulder in the past 3 months. Just once I feel better, I will get back into it again. I will use it regularly from now on. The last one for today's video is my absolute favorite candle from Bath and Body Works in the scent Strawberry Pound Cake. For years, Marshmallow Fireside has been my top absolute favorite candle from Bath and Body Works, but I think it's going to be a tie with Strawberry Pound Cake now because it's honestly amazing for completely different reason. I can't choose one over the other. The Strawberry Pound Cake has more fresh sweet scent to it. It's a little bit soury, and it also burns quite nicely. It doesn't change in a weird way or anything. It burns very strong. I can smell it even hours after I put it off. It just smells heavenly. A nice mixture of fresh, sweet, fruity scents with a touch of gourmand scent. Honestly, perfection. So those are the things that I love from the past 3 months. I don't know if it's interesting, but I personally love watching this type of video from people because sometimes I found my own new obsession through someone else's favorite, so maybe it will be helpful to you as well. And if you do like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also comment down below what things are your favorite in the first 3 months of 2021. button, and also maybe subscribe to my channel. That will help me and my channel a lot. And lastly, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope I can see you in my next video. Bye guys.